So, first question for the practice is from November 2000, paper 2, question number 2. ठीक है, ये reference number है. In the question, the diagram below shows the outer shell electrons of an atom of element X. एक element X है, जिसके हमें outer shell की diagram दी हुई है. This is your outer shell diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So this is your element X. So outer shell electrons, इसमें हमें कितने नजर आ रहे हैं? 7 electrons. Or you can say 7 outer electrons. So what does it mean? 7 outer electrons in the part A. To which group of the periodic table does element X belong? So if we have 7 electrons in the last shell, so that particular element belongs to
Group 7.
Group 7. Group 7 of the periodic table is the halogen group. Right?
Yes.
Now, in the part B, examiner is asking draw a dot and cross diagram to show the bonding in the compound of X with carbon. Your diagram should show the outer electrons only. So if this element belongs to group number 7 and bonded with the carbon, so carbon has 4 electrons in the last shell, right? Carbon has 4 electrons in valence shell. So how can we draw this structure with the carbon? Let's suppose this is your carbon, right? Its first electron, second electron, third electron, and fourth electron. Now how can we draw the element X? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Element X. Okay. So 7 electrons इसमें सेट करोगे, क्रॉस फॉर्म. गॉट इट. फार्मूला क्या बनेगा इसका? CX4 और ये कंपाउंड क्या होगा?
Covalent.
Covalent compound. Got it?
Yes.
So in the part C, write the formula for the compound of element X with sodium. Compound of element X with sodium. Any sodium. So now, remember one thing. Element X is a non-metal. Okay? And sodium जो है क्या है? Metal है. Element X belongs to group number 7 and sodium belongs to group number 1. So सोडियम पे जो चार्ज होगा वो क्या होगा? +1 और X पे जो चार्ज होगा वो होगा -1. We can check it by using the periodic table. ठीक है? तो जब हम इसको क्रॉस ओवर करेंगे तो इसका फार्मूला क्या बनेगा? चार्जेस को जब हम क्रॉस ओवर करेंगे तो फार्मूला वुड बी NaX NaX. अच्छा, दूसरी बात, element X is a non-metal, sodium is a metal. So metal and non-metal combine to form which kind of bonding? In the second part, this is the part number 1. The part number 2, predict the bonding. So which kind of bonding? Ionic bond. Right? So ionic bonding will be present in between element X और सोडियम. अच्छा, भी एलिमेंट एक्स ग्रुप 7 का है ना. सो ग्रुप 7 के जो मेंबर्स हैं वो कौन कौन से होते हैं? ग्रुप 7 मेंबर्स, इट वुड बी फ्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन, आयोडीन, एसिटिन. ओके, ये ग्रुप 7 के मेंबर्स हैं. इनमें से कोई भी एलिमेंट हो सकता है. गॉट इट? एनी कंफ्यूजन? गुड. Now, our next question is of the same year. This is also November 2000, P2, question 6. Same year. Now in this question part A, it is asking for complete the table. Complete the table with the two kind of ions. Number 1 is your potassium ion and number 2 is oxide ion. First of all, potassium ion K plus and asking for electron, proton and neutrons, right? An ion is given with the particular information like its atomic number, that is 19, and its atomic mass, that is 39, which is given, right? If we want to find the proton, electron and neutron, so how many protons we have? Proton represents
the mass
by using their atomic number. This is your proton and it is represented by Z, and this is your mass number or nucleon A, and it is equals to proton plus neutron, right? So how many protons we have? 19. And this is +1. +1 mean one electron will be lost. So electron would be 18. And how can we find the neutron?
39 minus 19.
Exactly. 20. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Now similarly, second one is your oxide ion. Oxide ion is your oxygen 2 minus 16 and 8.
Yes.
Right? So examiner is asking for the same thing, proton, electron and neutron. So how many protons we have?
8.
8 electrons.
10,
Good. And 9 neutrons.
8.
Good. Easy. Now in the part B. In a part B, in a sample of 100 atoms of potassium, there are 94 atoms of potassium 39 and 6 atoms of potassium 41. The part number B. We have a sample of 100 atoms of K, right? So in this one, we have two kind of isotopes of potassium. Potassium 39 having 94 atoms, right? And potassium 41, we have 6 atoms. Okay? So we have two type of isotopic formations. So in the first one, examiner is asking, explain, in the first part, explain why these two forms of potassium are isotopes. Why these two are isotopes?
Because they are the same element.
Because of the same element, but how can we claim that these two are isotopes? Because their nucleon or neutron number is
Same.
different, not same. Only, but
Proton number.
proton number. Proton number is same. So I remember about the isotope definition. Nucleon or neutron number is different, but proton number is same. Right? Then the part number B, find the total mass of 100 atoms of potassium. Hence, find the average mass of one atom. The part number 2, asking for two things. Number 1, find total mass of 100 atoms of potassium. So how many atoms we have? 94 for potassium 39 and 6 atoms for potassium 41, right?
Yes.
So it's very simple. सबसे पहले क्या करो, पोटेशियम 39 वालों के मैसेज को निकाल लो, ठीक है? और ये कितने एटम्स हैं पोटेशियम 39 वाले? 94. तो सिंपली 94 को आप मल्टीप्लाई करोगे किसके साथ? 39 के साथ. आंसर बताइए मुझे.
$3,666.
3,666.
Yes.
And potassium 41, 6 atoms इसके. Two 46.
200. Yes.
46 आ रहे ना?
जी.
So simply अब दोनों को क्या कर रहे हैं आप? ऐड कर देंगे. 100 एटम्स का मास कितना होगा? 3912. Okay, 3912. Now the second thing, average mass of one atom. How can we calculate the average mass for one atom? We know well about the average.
Yes.
Total mass over total number of atoms. So how many atoms we have? 100 atoms. So divided by 100. So average mass we can calculate, that is 39.12. Got it? Confusion?
No.
Now our next question. Next question is about again two isotopes. This is June 2001, P2, question 4. In this question, examiner is asking about the term isotope. Isotope. What is isotope? You have to write definitions. Atoms of the same element, right?
With different neutrons
Having
and same
different neutrons, but
same proton number.
same protons. Or you may write definition like this as well. If you don't remember the above one, atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different atomic masses or nucleon number. Any one of it. Right? In part number B, we have two samples. One is helium-6. Helium-6 and another is helium-7. And again the same thing, asking for its proton, electron and neutron. Both of them. Right? So how many protons we have?
2.
2. How many electrons? Again 2. And how many neutrons?
4 in the first one.
And
And 5.
good. So now this is clear.
Yeah.
Good. In the part C, explain why helium does not react with other elements to form compound. Why helium does not react? That means helium is an unreactive element, right? Unreactive element. Why?
Mm.
Because it has a completely filled valence shell, right? Or you may write like this as well. Or helium has a not has. Helium is a stable configuration, right? Stable configuration, and its structure just looks like this. It is only one shell along with 2 electrons, and its configuration is K is equals to 2. This for the 1 mark, so you don't need to write all of it. This is for your reference. So you may write this reason or that reason. Okay. Anyone? Confusion?
No.
This is another question. This is a reference to the same paper again. इवन देखो लास्ट पेपर्स के अंदर पुराने वालों में एक ही तरह के एक ही टॉपिक के क्वेश्चंस 2 भी आते थे। उससे हमें फायदा हो जाता है कि हम एक ही टॉपिक की तैयारी हम करते हैं तो 2 क्वेश्चंस हमारे इजीली कवर अप हो जाएंगे, राइट?
Yes.
अच्छा जी, this question is related about an ionic compound. Examiner is asking magnesium reacts with chlorine to form ionic compound magnesium chloride. Magnesium reacts with chlorine to form ionic compound magnesium chloride. I am just writing the equation for your reference. Okay. Magnesium reacts with chlorine to form magnesium chloride. This magnesium chloride is your ionic compound right? Ionic compound. Draw a dot and cross diagram to show the bonding in magnesium chloride. You need to draw only valence electrons of magnesium and of chlorine. So we have to draw only valence shell electrons. So if it is your ionic compound, so that means how can we build its dot and cross? First of all, if we draw magnesium Valence shell contain 8 electrons because it loses their 2 electrons, so carrying 2 plus charge. Okay. And what about chlorine? Chlorine
Chlorine gains. No. Yes,
1,
one
2,
electron.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and will gain 1 electron, right? And chlorine carrying charge -1. But how many chlorines we have? 2 chlorines, so you have to mark 2 over here. Otherwise 2 chlorine हमें बनाने पड़ेंगे. तो वो थोड़ा सा हमारे लिए ऑड हो जाएगा. इट इज बेटर कि हम यहाँ पे क्या कर दें, 2 क्लोरीन के बजाय यहाँ पे 2 लिख दें, राइट?
Yes.
अच्छा जी, आगे पूछा इसकी प्रॉपर्टीज. As we know that the magnesium chloride is your ionic compound. So two physical properties of a compound are related to its structure and bonding. Magnesium chloride has ionic lattice structure. Lattice structure mean ionic lattice structure mean its structures looks like this. A proper cube along with the charges. Right? This is a kind of a lattice structure. So two physical properties of magnesium chloride, if it has a lattice structure. So its physical properties would be number 1, high melting point and boiling point. Number 2, soluble in water easily, right? Number 3,
conducts electricity and aqueous.
yes, it would be hard and brittle or conducts
electricity in aqueous molten
when molten or in aqueous solution. So any two, you are right. Okay. And we may say that these are physical properties of ionic compound. Physical properties of ionic compound.
Yes.
Confusion?
No.
Now check another question. This question we have November 2004, P2, question 7. Now we have different structures, right? So we have 4 different structures. So what about the structure of diamond, arrangement of diamond structure? Asking for
Tetrahedron.
part A, yes. In this one, diamond, structure, asking for, and you may predict the diamond structure and also explain. So diamond structure is actually your number 1 point. You have to remember.
Tetrahedron.
Yes, tetrahedral. It has a giant covalent
Bonding.
structure. Tetrahedral geometry, right?
Yes.
Strong bonding between carbon atoms to form a
Giant.
3-dimensional giant molecular crystal lattice, right? Now in the part number B is asking for carbon dioxide structure. Part number B, it's for carbon dioxide structure having formula CO2. अच्छा, एक और चीज, डायमंड का स्ट्रक्चर में डायमंड का फार्मूला क्या होता है? इट इज सी, प्योर कार्बन. Okay, so carbon dioxide structure is your, it is covalent, simple, molecular, covalent structure. Secondly, it has weak
Intermolecular phosphate.
intermolecular force of attraction between their atoms, right? Now, how many electrons are shared between oxygen atom and carbon dioxide? Now, according to the question, we have different diagrams. So, diamond structure is found in box B, right? And carbon dioxide structure is found in box C, right? So how many electrons we have in carbon dioxide structure. So if we want to draw the carbon dioxide structure, carbon in the center, 1, 2, 3, 4, and what about oxygen? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is oxygen. So how many electrons we have? 4 electrons are shared between carbon and oxygen in carbon dioxide structure, right? This is B part 1, and this is B part 2. Got it?
Yes.
Confusion
No.
in all these? Right. Is there any question related about?
No.
Good. You need to practice these kind of questions from the past papers, right? Because पेपर में इसी तरह के क्वेश्चंस जो हैं वो फिर पूछता है, ठीक है? So that's enough for today.